how your cervix feels after ovulation. How your cervix feels after ovulation. In today's video, you are going to learn how your cervix feels after ovulation, and by the end of this video, you'll be understanding how your cervix feels after ovulation. Gerard Massa, the health educator, is the name of the channel. I welcome you, my friend, for today's lesson, and by the end of this video, you will know how your cervix feels after ovulation. So remember to hit the subscribe button so that you get new videos we release every day at exactly 17 hours every day East African time. Gerard Massa, the health educator, is the name of the channel, and on this channel we talk about the ovulation calendar, the ovulation calculator, and we do give pregnancy tips. So before we go to how your cervix feels after ovulation, before we go to our main topic for today, how your cervix feels after ovulation, we are going to look at the reproductive system of a woman, and in simple terms, this is what we call the ovary or the ovaries, and then of course there are two of them in women who have two of them, but in women who have only one ovary, still you will see only one ovary. So this is an ovary, and then this is the fallopian tube. This is the fimbria, or the part that receives an egg after ovulation. So how your cervix feels, basically this is the cervix, and then the whole of this inside is what we call the endometrium or the endometrial stripe. This thick layer of tissue is what we call the myometrium. So how your cervix feels after ovulation, we shall understand that ovulation is the release of a mature egg, and this happens on the 14th day. So what is that when this egg is released due to stimulation of the two dominant hormones and the two prominent hormones, and these include the follicle stimulating hormone and then the luteinizing hormone. Once ovulation has occurred and the egg has been released, what is going to happen is that the egg will come and then implant or attach itself onto your uterine wall or the lining, the wall of your womb, which we can see around here. So our question for today is, how does the cervix feel? This part is what we call the cervix. It has two parts. It has the internal and then the external, with an intracavitary space or with a small space which is lined with mucus, and this mucus prevents pregnancy when you are in your safe days. So when you actually are in your danger days or when you are ovulating, what is going to happen to the cervix is that it is going to actually, after ovulation, it is going to move lower, and then you'll be feeling it like the tip of your nose. And then also what is going to happen is that it's going to release a sticky fluid, and this sticky fluid is actually going to be kind of a bit dry. So after ovulation, what is going to happen is that the fluid that comes out will be dry, and then the other thing is that cervix will move downwards, and then you'll feel it like as if you're touching on the tip of your nose. So how the cervix feels after ovulation is that it moves lower, and then it actually releases fluid, but it's not a lot of fluid, it's more of dry. What happens is that the cervix kind of dries up, and then it releases very less fluid compared to that period or compared to that time when you were ovulating. Gerard Massa, the health educator, is the name of the channel, and today's topic we are talking about how the cervix feels, or what happens to your cervix, how your cervix feels after ovulation. So in today's lesson, we've understood that ovulation is the release of an egg on the 14th day. But after the ovulation has happened, there are going to be changes at your cervical canal or at your area around the cervix. And of course, if at all ovulation has occurred and then fertilization of the egg has not taken place, the two hormones we talked about, the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone, begin to drop. And then as they drop, what is going to happen is that this inner lining, what we call the endometrium, the inside, this inner lining you are seeing around here, this thin layer, what is going to happen is that once the hormones drop, then the end result is that this lining will begin to shed, and when it begins to shed, we call that menstruation. But please, whenever you see your periods and then maybe you were suspecting or you were thinking of like you were getting the signs of pregnancy, my best advice is that always you should not just sit there, you should go and get your HCG, or you should do a pregnancy test, because what is happening is that you may think it is a period when it is a chemical pregnancy or when it was a very early pregnancy loss. So it is very important to do that so that you can also go ahead and your doctor might recommend you do an ultrasound scan. So how your cervix feels after ovulation is that the shape of the cervix changes, it moves lower, and then of course it also, you can feel it as if you are feeling the tip of your nose. And these changes include menstruation, and then of course the egg which was released and then it was not fertilized actually becomes what we call a corpus luteal or a corpus luteum. A corpus luteum cyst, and then that corpus luteum cyst is always seen on ultrasound scan. When you talk to your doctor, they will show you how it appears like. It is a small fluid filled small mass, and then so this will be seen, but always the treatment for a corpus luteal cyst is to watch and wait. Your doctor will tell you to go back home, watch and wait if it is not causing pain. If it's causing pain, then you may need to actually have further treatment. How does your cervix feel after ovulation? We have talked about it, and we have said that what happens to your cervix is that it is going to be felt. You are going to feel it, and then the other thing is that you'll feel as if it is the tip of your nose, and then also you'll get to see some other changes. For example, when the hormones drop, then you can easily see actually your periods coming out. Seeing your periods is a confirmation that you did not get pregnant. But once you get pregnant, then what happens is that the other part we talked about, the thin part which is having the mucus, it's going to actually continue. It will close permanently unless the time reaches when you will see your last period, which is known as spotting. And as a reminder, it is very, very important to note that when you are a woman out there and you would like to get pregnant, it is very important to note that you need to understand your ovulation calendar, and irrespective of the days you are seeing your periods, you just have to count from the first day and then you count up to the 14th day. For example, here this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So for this particular month, if at all you started seeing your periods on 6th, then there are high chances that on the 14th day you will see your periods. You will be ovulating on the 14th day. If you see your periods, begin counting from the first day you see your periods, and then on the 14th day, that is when you are ovulating. Gerard Massa, the health educator, is the name of the channel. Remember to subscribe so that you watch new videos I release every day at exactly 17 hours. And on this channel, I talk about the ovulation calendar. I simplify it for you. You can ask me all your questions just in case you've not understood anything in this lesson. Please ask me down below in the comments. You can also connect with me on my WhatsApp numbers +256 701 79 78 76 and +256 787 668 962. Remember, you can get pregnant, you can easily get pregnant, but 3 things have to be in order. The first thing is that the man has to have what we call a healthy, your man or your husband should be having healthy sperm. The next is that you should be having a healthy reproductive system, and then you should be having a healthy egg. For a woman to get pregnant easily, it is very important that the female reproductive system should be healthy. Presence of any abnormalities, for example, cysts or growths, endometrial fluid, also known as endometritis, that is fluid in the endometrium, or even in the pouch of Douglas. The pouch of Douglas is that part between your womb and then the rectum. Once it becomes filled with fluid, then there are high chances that you could be having what we call a PID. Now, not here, a point to take home is that even if you have a PID, you can go ahead and get pregnant, but the chances of getting a miscarriage are very high. So the other thing is that you should be having a healthy ovarian system or a healthy ovarian reserve. So to understand or to get the picture that you are having, or to confirm whether you have a healthy ovarian reserve, you need to do some tests. For example, you need to do the follicle stimulating hormone, that hormone that stimulates the ovaries. It's very, very important because I'm getting many clients on my WhatsApp. They are asking questions, but the questions are related to follicle stimulating hormones or low luteinizing hormone, or basically the hormones not balancing, and then a woman getting difficulties in getting pregnant. So to get pregnant, it's very, very easy. The first thing is you need to put in prayers. Of course, you have to put God first in everything, and then the next key things you need to take from the experts is that you should be having a healthy reproductive system. If the reproductive system, that is your womb, if it is having issues, then you may try to get pregnant, but there could be issues happening, and you need to have this identified by doing some tests. The first test of choice is what we call the pelvic ultrasound scan. Next time you've tried to get pregnant and things have not worked out, please go to a reputable place or go to hospital and talk to your doctor, and they will do the pelvic ultrasound scan. You can still talk to your doctor, or you can forward the results of the ultrasound scan onto my WhatsApp numbers +256 701 7978 76, and I will give you more advice on what to do next. The other thing is that you could also read my book, Get Pregnant Faster, the Ovulation Calendar. The link is down below in the description. Please go down and click on that link. Read my book. It has helped. It is packed with lots of information which will help you. The other thing is you could order for the book on my numbers. I will send you the link, and then you'll be able to read the book, and then of course learn the best tricks or the best tips on how to get pregnant faster. Remember, in summary, to get faster, you need to have a healthy reproductive system. Your husband should be having healthy sperm, and then the other thing is that you should be having healthy eggs. The ovaries should be producing healthy eggs. If they are not able to produce eggs, for example, women who are having a condition known as primary ovarian failure or primary ovarian insufficiency, then there are going to be issues. So thanks a lot, my friend, in today's lesson. Thanks a lot for staying with me for today's lesson, and I hope you've learned something from today's lesson. I hope you now know how your cervix feels after ovulation. It is very simple. What happens is that your cervix will drop lower, and then it will feel as if it is a tip of the nose, and then there will be dryness coming on. Afterwards, you'll begin feeling dry. Whatever fluid which was produced during ovulation, it kind of begins to dry up, and then the cycle repeats once again. Gerard Massa, the health educator, I thank you, my friend, for staying with me for this while. I hope you've learned something. See you in my next video, and remember to subscribe for new videos we release every day. Have yourself a fantastic day. Have yourself a fantastic night. God bless, and see you in my next video. Stay healthy. Bye bye.